Hi guys, the purpose of today's video is to show you how to do a build with the headshot series from the Ugly Pike Bait Company. So what we start out with is the shaft. What we have, this one is 0.062. You can also use the 0.051. Both will stand up to musky strikes. On this, we've already mounted a 7/0 hook. This is mounted with a number 6 split ring and held in place with some shrink tube. After we've done that, we're going to add on our weight. This one is 3/4 of an ounce, anywhere from a 1/2 ounce up to 1.5 ounces. I like the heavy baits in the wind. So this gets mounted on next. If you're using a Colorado blade, you would actually put the skirt on first and then the weight to give it a little more separation. This is the finesse tie skirt. You'll notice that the top half here is actually quite short and stands up. This allows the fibers to not interfere with the head in that suck zone. So you measure out about 2 inches, tie that off, and I like to epoxy it at that point too. You then flip the skirt over, and you're going to tie a bit of a flare at the back. If you want, you can even add a second skirt on at this point, or you can put a second coil on too if you wish. So now we're going to mount our skirt onto the shaft. Okay, notice how it flares out from the way we've done that tie. We then have the articulating bead. Now this is what the head actually rests against. You don't want to go right up tight against the skirt because you want to have something that allows very little friction so the head can move up into that suck zone very easily. On goes the head, and our bait's starting to come together. Here comes another bead. Now I'm using 9/32 beads so that our size 6 split rings don't slip over top of them. You notice I have 2 split rings attached to a 6/0 hook here. This gives the hook a little bit of extra range. I'm going to put on another bead, and that'll lock the hook into position. There we go. Now you want the hook back a little bit, not so far back that it grabs a lot of the skirt, but back far enough that it's not competing with the head in the low pressure area right behind the blades. So you don't want it banging up against the middle of the blade, competing and holding the head off to the side. So make sure that that hook is far enough back. We then have our spacer tube. That goes on. You can use beads. I like tubing, just the aesthetics. It's whatever you want. Now followed by another bead. And here come our blades. Now we're using the number 8 Indiana fluted. There we go. Clevis is on. I don't have my glasses, so hopefully this goes relatively smoothly. Remember too, if you are using the 8 Colorados, they do have more of a vortex created behind them, so you want to have a bit more of a separation between your head and skirt with those ones. There we go. Got the blades on. I position these blades, after we get our bead on here, I'll show you. Should be about 1/4 inch to 1/8 of an inch of gap. That depends on your spacer length, just so the blades aren't banging into the head. You can try different lengths, though. You can put it further up. So that one's ready to throw once we get the loop on, and that's it, guys. That's one way to build the headshot series. And by the way, Bill from Wisconsin, if you're watching this bait will be in your house shortly.